The caregiver's gentle singing came from a place of pure compassion, not obligation or the hope of recognition. In a quiet room filled with the weight of age, loneliness, and fading memories, her soft voice became more than just a song. It became comfort, dignity, and presence. She sang not because anyone asked her to, and not because anyone was watching, but because she sensed the old man's unspoken need for warmth and connection, day after day. She treated him not as a task or a responsibility, but as a human being, who still deserved tenderness. The world often rushes past the elderly, reducing them to routines and schedules, but she chose to slow down. Her singing reminded him of moments from a life once full of laughter, love, and belonging. In those few minutes, the pain of loneliness faded, replaced by a sense of being seen and valued. There was no camera, no audience, and no promise of reward. Her kindness existed in its purest form, selfless, quiet, and sincere. In a society where actions are often driven by gain, her behavior stood as a powerful contrast. She gave comfort simply because she could, proving that true humanity is revealed not in grand gestures, but in small acts of care done with a genuine heart. Her song was a reminder that compassion does not need recognition to be real. It only needs empathy. And sometimes, the simplest act offered with honesty and love can hold more power than wealth, status, or words ever could. Unaware of any audience, the caregiver continued her gentle routine, never realizing that someone else stood quietly at a distance, observing every moment. The old man's son, a successful millionaire hardened by years of business, power, and guarded emotions, had come to visit unexpectedly. Accustomed to seeing people treat his father with formality or indifference, he expected nothing more than professional care. What he witnessed instead stopped him in his tracks. He saw the caregiver sitting close, singing softly, holding his father's hand with patience and respect. There was no rush in her movements, no trace of obligation in her eyes, only warmth and sincerity. In that silent moment, the son felt something rare: humility. Despite his wealth and influence, he realized that this woman possessed a richness he could not buy. Her compassion reached his father in ways money never had. As he watched, memories surfaced of times he was too busy to sit, too distracted to listen, too absent to offer such simple comfort. The caregiver's selfless act became a mirror, reflecting both what his father needed and what he himself had overlooked. His perception of her shifted instantly. She was no longer just an employee. She was someone with exceptional character, depth, and heart. That single, unnoticed moment became life-changing. It reshaped his understanding of true value and redefined respect in his eyes. Without knowing it, her kindness crossed an invisible boundary, transforming how she was seen and setting in motion a future forever altered by one act of genuine care. What began as a simple, heartfelt gesture, soft singing offered in a quiet room, carried a power far greater than anyone could have imagined. To the elderly man, it brought peace, comfort, and a sense of dignity in a stage of life where many feel forgotten. But the reach of her kindness did not end there. That single act quietly set off a chain of events that would transform multiple lives. Genuine kindness has a way of traveling beyond its original moment. The caregiver never intended to change her own future. She only wanted to ease someone else's loneliness. Yet her compassion opened doors she never knocked on. It reshaped how others saw her, revealing her character more clearly than any words ever could. Opportunities emerged not because she asked for them, but because her actions spoke with undeniable truth. The old man's final days became warmer and more meaningful, filled with moments of calm rather than silence. His son, moved deeply by what he witnessed, rediscovered values he had long buried under success and ambition. And the caregiver herself found that sincerity has a way of returning, multiplied through trust, respect, and unexpected support. This is how destinies change, not through grand plans or calculated moves, but through quiet goodness. Her small act became proof that when kindness is given freely, it creates ripples that reach far beyond the present. In a world driven by self-interest, her story stands as a reminder that genuine compassion holds the power to alter lives, heal hearts, and shape futures forever.